and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. Happy Monday to you. I'm Shelley Whitehead. Thank you so much for joining us right here on the Owatonna Today Show. We love that you get to watch us 6 days a week right here on Charter Channel 8. I keep saying right here a lot. I'm here today. I think that's part of it. But we also want to remind you that if for some reason you cannot see us on Charter Channel 8, you can always watch us on YouTube and Blip TV. And if you like us on Facebook, Leanne will upload the most current episode right to your Facebook news feed. So it's a lot of fun and great opportunities. And we have people watching from all over the country. So it's a great opportunity for you to share maybe some information with your friends and family. If you see somebody you know on the show, send out that link so they can share that as well. We'd love for you to join us right here on the Owatonna Today Show, letting us know some ideas you might have for the show or some things you'd like to see featured. A great way to do that is send us an email at owatonnatoday@charter.net, or you can call Leanne Alt at 390-5751. Let her know what you'd like to see, and we'll see what we can do for you. Stay with us. We're going to be talking to Jim Cole and the Chase Me Comrade, as well as Julie Rethemeier and Chuck Jamison of Young Life. Their cake auction's coming up this weekend, so you don't want to miss this. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless gas produced by gas-fired appliances in your home. The state of Minnesota requires that you have a carbon monoxide alarm within 10 feet of sleeping areas in your home. We suggest you have a digital readout carbon monoxide alarm. That way we were able to check and see what the concentration amount was when the alarm went off. This has been a public safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hi, we're Mark and Becky Stevens of the Owatonna Pizza Ranch.
And we support the Owatonna Today Show.
Howdy, partner! Come join in the fun at the 27th Annual Night of Nights Wild Wild West Benefit Auction, Saturday, April 20th at St. Mary's School in Owatonna.
The doors open at 4 p.m. and admission is just $5. There'll be new and exciting items to bid on in both the silent and live auctions.
Get your car and cash raffle tickets now for a chance to win $15,000 or a 2013 Chrysler 200 LX.
There's great food, there's a cash bar available. You do not want to miss this great community event. Yeehaw!
Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Shelley Whitehead, and we are on the set of LTO's new production, Chase Me Comrade. And I have with us the illustrious director. It's illustrious.
Well, okay.
Illustrative. I don't know. I'm going to just come up with some I words. This is Jim Cole. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Thank
You're
you.
opening this week.
Yes, we are. It's an exciting time. We're trying to put the final touches on this and make sure that all the tech stuff jives with all the acting work that we've been putting together. So it's a lot of fun.
First of all, why don't you tell our audience a little bit about yourself, and then I'd like to know a little bit about your history with Little Theatre.
Okay. I work here in town at the county attorney's office. I'm a prosecutor with those folks, and I've been an attorney around here for about the last 5 or 6 years. Before that, I worked at Federated, and I sort of grew up in the area, so been around a lot of the theater and the folks that have done this for a long time. So
any idea how many shows you've done here?
At LTO, boy, I don't know, but it's got to be a bunch. My first show was in 1994. Mm-hmm. And it was A Few Good Men, played Sam Weinberg, and Larry Rethemeier directed that, and if folks familiar with LTO are going to recognize that name. Mm-hmm. From that one decision, I was living over in Waseca, not doing much theater, and from that one decision, I basically met most of the friends that I've kept for my entire adult life. I met my wife out of the very next show that I did over here, and so it's just been a great experience.
So it's a good dating possibility.
Yeah, well, you know,
quite a few actually have. There have been quite a few couples that have come out of the theater,
and some couples have split because of the theater. But
it balances out. It
right.
works out that way. Well, this is called Chase Me Comrade, and this is a farce.
Yes.
What does that mean, farce?
Farce is the broadest comedy that we have.
Broadest meaning?
Yes, meaning that it's very absurd. If you stop and think about it too long, you're going to kind of realize how insane
that would
the plot
never
is.
happen.
That's
yes.
right. But so that's why, and they're characterized by these fast-moving plots with mistaken identities, doors slamming, and people getting themselves into the absolute most ridiculous situations. But the reactions to them seem so real that we can identify with them. So. These people are tearing across the stage and finding their ways to get out of these the situations that they get themselves into, and you can't help but laugh because their reactions to it are so absurd.
Well, I love what you say, that it is the reactions of the other people on stage.
Correct,
And
yeah.
and they see it as real, and it's when they show that belief, that's when we, as the audience, will, okay, we can take this as well.
It is funny too, because you can even see the character himself knows that what he's telling him is so ridiculous that he has to sell it to him, to the other characters on the stage, and when they believe it, the audience, that's when it becomes very funny.
Good. Well, let's talk about this specific production.
Sure.
That's farces in general. Tell us a little bit about Chase Me Comrade.
Chase Me Comrade is by a guy named Ray Cooney, and he wrote Funny Money, which is the last show that I directed here, which is a great, and he's one of the kings of farce. He's written a lot of the shows that you'll see at the old log theater up in the cities. He's done those, like Run for Your Wife and Caught in the Net. And so he's done, I mean, that's what he does. In England, he writes farces, and he's still going. He's, getting up there in age, but he's still writing farces. Tom, Dick, and Harry is another one that he just wrote that I hope to do someday. And he writes these ridiculous stories that have no point to him other than to make you laugh. And that's what I love about farces. It's just how funny can you be? And you get a lot of leeway to create really broad, funny characters. And the only point the audience should have in coming there is to have a good time and laugh.
We have a storyline, though.
Yes,
While
we
there's
do.
no point, there's always some sort of storyline.
This takes place in 1964, and when I was trying to decide what show I was going to direct, I was looking at a couple of his other farces and by some other folks, and what intrigued me is that this was the first show that he ever wrote. And performed in London. It was a big hit back in the 60s, but it has sort of gone out of favor. And then I started to read that some houses had revived it, and it was just getting killer reviews. And so we had to contact the folks who had the rights to this show, and they didn't even have scripts. So we got the rights to do the show, but we had to pretty much put together our own scripts from a manuscript that they sent us.
Oh, goodness.
And it's just been a kick. It takes place in 1964, mid-60s, and there's a Russian ballet dancer named Petrovian who is in London touring, and he's a big hit and very popular. Well, he decides to defect to the West.
Because that's what they did in the 60s.
That's right. That's the 60s. So we've got this great little period piece here where you've got the girls in the groovy dresses and the high knee boots, and and the dancing, and
Leanne's going back. She's remembering those years. She's go-go dancing behind
and
the
all
camera.
the Cold War.
You need a go-go dancer. You got one right there.
And so you get the backdrop of all the Cold War politics as the guys from the embassy are trying to track him down while the folks in the house are trying to hide him. And it turns out he's defected and ends up in the home of Commander Remington, who's one of the high-up commanders in the British Navy. And his daughter is trying to hide him because she's smitten with him. And so the hijinks that ensue in trying to make that happen are terrific.
Oh, that's good. And I'm assuming that there's somebody from the Russian government who comes at some point to try and get him back.
Yes, well, there's somebody from the British government who's here trying to figure it out. There's a local constable who comes in who's trying to solve the crime because he saw somebody prancing about in his underclothes on the yard, which just happened to be a man in tights. But so he's trying to figure out what's going on, so they have to weave this web of lies to cover it all up.
So you have some great actors in this show,
Yes.
some familiar names as well. Let's talk about some of them.
Dan Rethemeier, who's been on the stage a bunch of times. He's directed here and over in Faribault at the Paradise and with Merlin. So he's familiar. He's one of my favorite actors. And he's playing Petrovian, this Russian ridiculous. He says like 3 words of English the entire show. And the rest of it is this Russian that he's had to sort of phonetically learn to do the part. Buddy Ricker, who hasn't been on LTO stage. He's done some smaller parts over in Faribault, but he's a big-time improv guy. Done a lot of the local improv stuff that I know folks have seen because he's been doing that for quite a long time. And he's just a very funny individual. Craig Berg, who's been in more shows here, I think, than I have. And he was in A Few Good Men with me way back in the day, so we've been on stage a bunch of times. And this is the first time I've ever gotten to direct him. And he's an old pro, and so when you get good folks like
Shouldn't
that.
call him old.
He's a pro. Middle-aged pro.
He's bigger than you. Don't call him old.
That's true. That's
He's
true. That's nice.
timeless,
Yeah. And so, who else am I forgetting?
Rachel?
Rachel Sanders, she was just in the last show that they did here, Charlie's Aunt, and she's good. And Dane Bush, who's been on stage here, I think in Owatonna just one time, but he was in that great production of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, and he just had a really good debut here. So he's the lead in this show. He's very funny. He's sort of the crazy person at the middle of it who's trying to keep everything going and making all these crazy stories up.
So we're going to laugh when we come and see the show.
Yeah, well, hopefully, or that would be a terrible swing and miss on my part. So,
I
yes,
think
hopefully
you've
you'll
got
come
this
in,
good handle on it.
Yeah.
When are the dates again?
Well, let's see. We open up on, we got Friday and Saturday, the 19th and 20th. Then on that Sunday, there's a matinee. And then the following weekend, which is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And performances are at 7:30 in the evening, and then the matinee is at 2 o'clock on that Sunday performance.
Good. And what do you want people to know? Is there anything when they come prepared? Okay, first of all, they do have to pee before they come on. Otherwise,
nice.
they don't want to
Turn your
ruin the
cell phones
seats.
off,
Turn your
that
cell
sort of
phones
thing.
off. But what do you want people to come prepared when they see the show?
Just to have a good time. There's, like I was saying before, there's just no point to a farce but to laugh and enjoy the show. So if you just sit back and let the ridiculousness take you away, you're going to
suspend that belief for a little while.
Suspend that belief and you'll laugh. It's been a great experience working with these guys. All of them have just been throwing ideas at me left and right, and me trying to. I mostly end up paring them down because there's so many good ideas.
As a director, that's what you hope for, is
so.
that they come with that. If people do want to get tickets, what number can they call?
Let's see, 451-0764, and that's the box office here
Which opens today.
At LTO. Yep. And call and get your seats reserved.
Good. Yes, ahead of time. That's a good idea, because this kind of thing, people are ready after this winter season. We've all had the doldrums. We need a little laughter, so it's really important to do that. Good. Well, so you have some technical crew as well. Is anyone you'd like to mention who's helped you build the set that we're seeing and that kind of thing?
Well, Kathy Rush is my technical director, and she's got this whole thing pulled together for me, and really helped take a sort of a ragtag crew of actors and others and get us on task to get things where they are, and we just got a few final touches to make to the set to get that done. Mary Butler Frazier is helping us dress our set.
Which is in the costumes?
Costumes is my wife, Carol Cole.
Because that's a great, very period things that we're going to be
and
looking for.
if I would have forgotten to mention her, I would have been in trouble. So thank you for prodding me
You're
there.
welcome, Carol. All right, well, break a leg.
Thank you.
Have a lot of fun. I know we will when we come and see it.
Terrific.
All right, we'll be right back with the Owatonna Today Show. Stay with us.
Hi, this is Dave Efforts with TPS Insurance, and we are proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
I didn't just want another job, I wanted a career. So I expressed myself.
I was new to town and I didn't know where to turn for a job. So I decided to express myself.
I decided to express myself, and they helped find the right career for me.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Coda Living Community and Park Place Senior Living are Owatonna's premier living communities for seniors. Coda Living Community, located on the Owatonna Hospital and Mayo Clinic campus, provides short-term, long-term, and rehabilitative care. It features private and semi-private rooms, ceiling lifts, and spa. Coda Living Community continues the tradition of providing quality care to area residents. Park Place Senior Living is expanding into the Cedarview Care Center to offer enhanced assisted living. For more information, please call 507-446-4946.
Hi, I'm Doug Johnson with the Owatonna Business Incubator. We're here to help small businesses start and to grow. We're a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Ron Clancher with Clancher & Son Landscaping and Concrete. We support the Owatonna Today Show, and so should you.
Come out to Spare Time Entertainment on Saturday, April 20th for Bowl for Kids' Sake, benefiting Big Brothers Big Sisters of Southern Minnesota. Start today by forming a team, collecting pledges, and bowl for the kids in your community. Call 451-5922 for more information, or you can go directly to our website to set up your online fundraising page. It couldn't be easier to help change the lives of local children. Raise some money and join us for a great time on Saturday, April 20th from 9 to 2 for Bowl for Kids' Sake. See you there.
And welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Shelley Whitehead. I do have with me Chuck Jamison and Julie Rethemeier. Hello.
Hi.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Really good.
Good. We're going to start off with what we normally like to do here is a quick introduction of yourself, what you do in real life, and then we'll get to the nitty-gritty. How's that sound?
All right. I'm Chuck Jamison, and I'm the area director for Young Life. I have been for quite a few years. And this is Julie Rethemeier.
I'm Julie Rethemeier. I'm the Director of Public Affairs for Federated Insurance, and I'm on the Adult Committee for Young Life, and I have 2 kids who are actively involved in Young Life.
Very good. Well, let's start with that. What is Young Life, Chuck?
Young Life is a Christian outreach with high school and junior high school kids. It began in about 1940, a guy named Jim Rayburn. And the primary methodology of Young Life is to just go where kids are at, to build honest friendships with kids, and hope to win the right to be heard about faith and life. And give kids just a safe place to really consider the Christian faith and make up their own mind. Jim Rayburn used to say every kid has a right to know who Christ is, what he's done for them, how they relate to that, and to make up their own mind about him. And so that's just what we try to do in kind of a low-key but very clear, winsome way.
Mm-hmm. Good. And how long have you been in Owatonna?
Well, Young Life began in Owatonna in a volunteer capacity in 1975,
Okay.
the first staff in 78, and then I've been here since 81. So,
Now, were you from Owatonna originally? Or
I grew up in Kansas City,
Okay.
and Young Life was actually influential in my own faith experience in high school, and then moved to Minnesota to go to grad school. Met a Minnesota girl, and she said, "We're never leaving Minnesota." So here we are. Yeah, I love these springs.
What, spring? When is that happening?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's here.
I've heard rumors.
The cake auction is coming. Spring is here.
So that's the big thing. Yeah. Well, this is the 35th annual auction, Julie, and tell us a little bit about the auction itself. A little bit about the history. You have some numbers there of some of the things that we've done in the past with the auction.
Yeah, the cake auction has grown over the many years. It was over $62,000 last year that was raised, and we are hoping it's going to be a banner year this year since it is our 35th anniversary. It started. Well, Chuck can tell a little bit more, but it used to be at the
Norwest Bank.
At the Norwest Bank, Wells Fargo Bank, and just outgrew that. So now we're at the Owatonna High School Gymnasium, and it is just a fun-filled event with a lot of energy and action and things going on there, and where people can come and bid.
What I love is it's the cake auction, but it's so much more than that.
It is so much more than that.
So talk a little bit about some of the things that we have going on that day. Not specifics, but just general real quick.
Okay, well, there's a lot of, there's things for kids that if you want to bring your kids, you can come and look at the cakes. It's great to come out and just look at all the different cakes that are made there. You will be amazed at what people are able to do in making their cakes. There's a ton of different auction items that go with that. There's concessions, there's games that are going to be played. So there's activity and energy going from 10 until 4. I mean, pretty continuous. You can come camp out for the entire day and you will find something to do. You will not get bored, I guarantee.
Well, and one of the things you talked about is with these cakes, there's a people's favorite. So I'm guessing you could even vote for one of your favorite cakes.
Yep. There's a People's Choice Award, and when you come in, we'll make you up a bid card. And there's no charge to come to the auction, and there's no charge for a bid card or anything. But we'll make you up a bid card, and you also get a little slip to go around and kind of check out the cakes and cast your vote for the People's Choice Award. And Scott Westbrook, Kellyanna Moore's cake, the last 2 years have won that award. They've just been amazing. So, like Julie said, it's really worth coming out and just checking out the cakes to see the creativity and the masterpieces of artwork that have been created.
Well, we talked a little bit earlier, rival some of the stuff you might see on TV even.
Yeah, with Cake Wars and all that kind of thing. Absolutely. And like Julie said, there's a kids corner, there's concessions and seating and all that. And this too high, too low game is a game that we will play at 1 and at 3, and for $10 you get a strand of beads, and it's kind of like The Price is Right, but you'll have a chance to win an iPad with Retina display, and we'll give away 2 of those during the day.
Fun. Well, let's break this down. There's a lot of stuff that's going on.
Yes.
So let's break it down into little portions. Let's start with the cake auction.
Okay, there's sale cakes. Cakes, there's 100 sale cakes that are sold outright for $40.
So you walk in, you say, I like this cake, you pay $40, you take...
You don't even have to stick around, you can just buy it and go. Okay? And then there are silent auction baskets that are bid on throughout the day, and we close them out in half-hour increments as we get closer to the end of the auction.
Items we have here are
We didn't bring any of the baskets.
Okay.
There'll be like 60 silent auction baskets, but you can see here we have a couple killing prints that will be with cakes. We have a 42-inch
So all these will be with the actual
auction cakes. Sony, we've got a Scotty Cameron putter there that is the hottest putter on the PGA Tour. We've got the Bose Quiet Comfort 15 acoustic noise canceling earphones.
Great
That's
for parents.
Yeah, oh yeah, for parents.
If you need a little quiet time.
And we'll highlight some more of these specials here.
So
but
what happens is there's a cake, and then oftentimes there's a package deal
Always.
that goes along with, for the auction cakes.
For the auction
And you said
cakes.
this started years ago with Kotke Jewelers putting little jewelry in
Exactly.
their cupcakes.
Bill and Faye Kotke from Kotke Jewelers created what they called their surprise cupcakes, and they had 3 batches of cupcakes. And baked into those cupcakes somewhere, wrapped in foil, a little piece of paper, it would say one of 3 prizes, and it might be like diamond earrings, a gold pendant, a men's wristwatch, and what Bill said is, you can't open, you buy this batch of cupcakes, and it was always on a special plate, like a UR special red plate, those. You can't open what you've bought until all 3 batches have been sold. And so you'd be bidding, and then you knew you got one of those 3 things, but you didn't know what. Then people would dig in, they'd say, oh, I got the earrings, or I got, and then other people said, I want my cake to go for more. I want to raise more for Young Life. So they started putting specials with it, and in a short time, every cake has a special that
And
goes
you have
with
100 cakes for the auction.
100 auction cakes.
And what are some of the because the cakes themselves, you said, many of them are works of art, even in the auction.
They are.
And so those, be aware of those. But in addition, what are some of the things?
Well, here's some big things. I'll just cruise through. Nicholas David was on The Voice, Minnesota's own. We have tickets to his concert with the People's Press cake. We've got memberships to MC Fitness and Dynamic Fitness. We've got a Kindle Fire. We have an iPad Mini. We've got the Bose headphones, as we mentioned. Autographed Vikings football. We've got vacations, lake vacations at Lake Francis, at Lake Okoboji. We've got condos in Florida and Copper Mountain, Colorado. We have 2 tickets to the Kenny Chesney concert that's coming up. We've got bikes, men's and women's bikes and children's bikes. Handcrafted organizing bench with 31 totes. Ricoh 21 per page color black and white printer. We've got several that have taken on this 35 theme. So there's 35 Costa's breakfast specials. There's 35.
So one cake.
One cake, you get
35 breakfast specials.
Yeah.
Well, you talked about what some people are doing is in businesses. Julie, you work at Federated, and so you have a lot of people there. So some of the areas are getting together and putting money in.
This has been very popular at Federated. Employees will all pool in their money together, and they have a few token employees that come out and they bid on the different cakes, and then they bring them back, and that following Monday or whenever it is, everybody eats a lot of cake, and then they share. Then they do kind of a raffle for the prizes, and it's just been very, very receptive and very supportive for our community.
So 35 people could get together and you could all get a breakfast special.
Exactly. There's a plethora of ways that you could divvy those out. And I think it's important to note, a big thank you to our sponsors and to all the wonderful people who have donated these items and are baking the cakes. It just wouldn't be possible without the support of the community.
And we talked a little bit about this. This is a big community day. People will start off Bowl for Kids' Sake, they'll come to Young Life, and then they'll end the day over at St. Mary's. But what I love is each one definitely works with a different group. Well, they're all kids, really. Actually, they're all the kids, but again, very, very different parts of the community as well.
And we have a basket in the Night of Nights auction, and St. Mary's has a cake in the Young Life cake auction.
So it's not competition.
No, we really want to work together and support all the different
so it's definitely something fun. Now, is there any cost to be coming to this event today?
Nope, it's free. Just come on down, check out the cakes, and make a bid. There'll be a full-page ad in Friday's People's Press that lists all of the cakes and the specials that go with them. What am I forgetting here? Oh, just a couple other large specials. There's a 24-person twin suite at Target Field. And this year there is a Colorado vacation to Noah's Ark in Buena Vista, Colorado, where you can have a full day of rafting down the Arkansas River, as well as 6 passes for their adventure park built up over the river.
So this is on Saturday?
This is Saturday,
10 o'clock the doors open, 11 o'clock the live auction begins.
And it ends around 4 o'clock.
It ends around 4. So come and plan to stay all day.
And just see the beauty that is there, the cakes. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good luck. Have fun. Oh.
And the auction is simulcast over KRFO AM 1390 and Charter right here, Channel 8. You can watch it if you can't get there and phone in a bid.
There you go.
And cupcakes. There'll be cupcakes.
Yep, we're selling cupcakes.
All right, thanks so much. We'll be right back with the Owatonna Today Show. Stay with us.
Hi, Warren Abraham Consulting Technologies, your one-stop technology shop. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Hello, I'm Sean McNulty. And I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clarebridge of Owatonna. And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Amber Betcher, and I play Alicia Courtney.
And I'm John Terrell, and I play Constable Pulford in LTO's current production of Chase Me Comrade, directed by Jim Cole and sponsored by Wells Fargo.
Performances of Chase Me Comrade will be held Friday and Saturday, April 19th and 20th at 7:30 p.m., with a matinee on Sunday, April 21st at 2 p.m.
And again the following Thursday through Saturday, April 25th, 26th, and 27th at 7:30 p.m.
Tickets are available at the LTO box office by calling 451-0764.
Don't miss LTO's production of Chase Me Comrade.
And it's time to take a quick look at what's going on in your community. We do have the best-selling author Tracy Peterson coming to the Owatonna Public Library. This is tomorrow at noon, I believe. It's going to be an opportunity for you to bring your lunch and sit down and talk to her. She's a Christian author, and she's written 3 books. She will have written 3 books, all set in Minnesota. So it's an opportunity for you to talk to her and see what her process is, what it's like to be an author, and maybe even hear a little bit about The Ice Cutter's Daughter. That's tomorrow at the Owatonna Public Library. The Simply Balanced Coach Training and Coaching and Training is showing the time management opportunity. It's a lesson from the Steele County Safety Council. This is coming up on the 17th. Christy Trehus is from Simply Balanced Coaching and Training is going to be doing a quick talk on how to balance your life. This is on Wednesday. There is a lunch buffet at the Elks from 11:30 to noon, with the actual event happening from noon to 1, and lunch is $7. So if you'd like more information, you can call the Elks Club for more information regarding that. It is Severe Weather Awareness Week. I don't know if that includes snow removal. I'm not sure. But the Steele County is participating in 2 statewide tornado drills this week on April 18th. The first one will be at 1:45. The second one will be at 6:55. So be prepared for those, know what's happening. And it's a great chance for you to practice with your family what you will do in case of an emergency. Don't just ignore this, but take it as an opportunity, because we do have tornadoes in the area. So use this and make sure you know where you're going to go with your family to make sure everybody is safe. The Steele County Historical Society is going to host a book release for Hiram, I don't know how to spell your last name. Draki, thank you, Leanne. It's a lecture by the author and historian on Thursday, April 18th at 7 p.m. in the Wenger Room of the History Center. It's going to be launching his book, Where's Meriden? The Demise of Small Town USA. Sounds like a great opportunity. I drive by Meriden all the time on my way here, so it's interesting to look at what's happening to Small Town USA. Again, that is on the Thursday, April 18th at 7 p.m. at the History Center. Check that out and kind of find out what's going on in rural America. Do want to remind you that we are going to have some, I'm so excited about Wednesday's show. We're going to be speaking with the Owatonna Police Department and Gabriel Angieri. He is an actor who's going to be doing a premiere right here in the Owatonna area. So stay with us and we'll see you then. Thanks so much for joining us.